Hi, Ray Hayden here, and this video is going to be about unloading this truck, and this is part 2 of 2, basically in our unloading of the truck process. Now, this is our second 20-foot truck, and the largest truck that U-Haul has available in this area right now is a 26-foot truck. We got to the facility, thought, wait, that's way too large. We don't have that much stuff, laughingly. So we got the 20-foot truck. We filled it up to the brim. We brought it up here. We effectively and efficiently unloaded it, and realized that I knew that the stuff that we had left behind was enough stuff to fill up another 20-foot truck, and it did. So 2 20-foot trucks, or maybe 1 40-foot truck would have got the job done. But in reality, we really could have used like a tractor trailer, the trailer behind a tractor, an 18-wheeler, a 53-foot truck. We could have used that to get the job done, in all honesty. And the reason for that is we had more stuff than we thought we had. Basically, we knew how much stuff we had in the house. It really wasn't that much. You've seen a couple of walk-arounds in my house, or you know, misdemeanor in our house, and you've seen we really don't have that much stuff. It's all spread out. Allows us to have like a larger-looking interior and stuff like that by not having that much. Unfortunately, we also had 3 garages, and the 3 garages were the house and the office had their own garage. That had stuff in it, and we really didn't take that, or I certainly didn't take that into effect, and certainly not as seriously as I might have thought. The other thing was we had a 3rd garage. Our aunt lives across the street, and we use her garage to store additional things that we didn't have room for in our own garages. So with that, we basically had 3 garages worth of extra stuff that we really, or certainly I didn't take into effect when looking at the trucks. And when my wife was ordering a truck, when Misdemeanor was ordering a truck, I said, get the largest truck they have. We're going to need the largest truck they have, because I knew we had a lot of stuff, pardon me, but I didn't know it was that much. So 2 20-foot trucks got the job done, and I'll make note of the time. I'll put a note below and how effective and efficient we are in unloading this truck. This truck, really, stuff is kind of crammed in there. And what this stuff is everything else. Because when you're moving, you know you need your clothes, you know you need certain items, you need certain pieces of furniture, maybe you want a bed to sleep on when you get to your new residence. But this is like everything else. These are shelving units for the garage. Maybe you don't have a garage at the new place. You know, we happen to have the garage. But what we did is we cleaned up the garage, which is behind the camera here. We cleaned up the garage and set things up for where we wanted them to go, where we knew these items. There's mostly shelving units. There's some yard gardening tools and stuff like that. There's a whole bucket of stuff in there. There's a couple of glass display shelves that we have, and all these things, and we pretty much determined where they'd be, what we'd be using them for, and how we'd be making use of them. However, and this is the one thing I really want to point about, is I kind of felt like we were sort of kind of trying to be minimalist in nature. Not by far. You know, in all honesty, no, we have way too much stuff. So what I've certainly made a promise to myself is to really narrow it down and get to the nitty-gritty of what I actually need. And I know my problem is that over the years working in videography as a videographer and shooting video for litigation support, I acquire, you know, every time, you know, equipment changes, you need to make an upgrade. Well, you know, the problem is I'm not an early adapter. I want to see proven technology before I go ahead and purchase new equipment. But when you buy new equipment, it's not cheap. It's very expensive, especially over the years, going from VHS to DVDs and digital technology. Everything was very expensive along the way. So I really have a hard time letting go of that technology. I don't use it anymore. I just happen to hang on to it because it's so painful to let it go. The other problem on the back end of that is once you've held on to something for so long, it's not just useless to you, it's useless to anybody, so really it becomes electronic trash. And that's unfortunate. But for a lot of things, I'm just going to have to let it go. And basically, I want to clean myself out of all this extraneous stuff, being that if I don't use stuff every week or every month, or at the very latest, every 3 months, if I'm using something every 3 months, if it's 3 months and I haven't touched it, I really got to evaluate that and whether I keep it or not and get rid of it. And that way I can hopefully become more compact myself and then help make this small house a little more roomy. And that's the last thing I want to touch on in this video is I mentioned a number of times, people have been making comments, oh, the house is so big. No, the property is big. The house is actually very small. That was actually one of our parameters. If there was a house on the property, it had to be small. It also had to have no swimming pool because we don't have the time and energy to take care of a swimming pool. It's a lot of work. Working at the HOA, being a president and a board member of the HOA where we were, it's a lot of work. We see what is required to properly maintain a pool. And if you don't keep it like really nice and neat, when the state Department of Health comes by, they'll lock down your pool. So then you have to have somebody come out, take care of it, get everything clean and good to go, and then it'll allow you to open your pool again. So it's a lot of work to maintain it just where it needs to be. So we didn't want that. It's too much work, frustration, aggravation, and the city, the county, and the local areas will maintain pools for us. So we didn't want any of that. But the yard work, that's the thing. The land is flat. It's a big open field kind of thing, and that is much easier to maintain than rolling hills and all that kind of stuff. I'll have more of that over the next few months as I keep working on the property, because I really want to get it to where I can take care of the property in one single day. So with that, I'm going to wrap this up. We're going to time how long it takes us to unload this truck. I'll make a note of it in the comments below or in the description below, so check that out. And if you haven't done it already, make sure you give me a big thumbs up on this video, because you know you love these videos. And then make sure, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. For everybody else who already subscribes, I thank you very much. You're really helping me get to where I need to be, back for the 4K, 1K rule, and I simply can't thank you enough. Watching and supporting, that's the game plan. That's what I keep doing every single day that I possibly can. And if I can't do it during the day, at night when I come back into the house, because I don't come out here at night, the bugs would carry me away, I come back in and hit the videos and start supporting everybody who's out there supporting me, and I greatly appreciate your help. So with that, until I catch you in the next video, take care and be well.